Hey everyone, welcome back to Entertainment Junk. You know what? Don't mind me, as I am currently in my Guardian form at the moment. But anyway, hope you guys are having a fantastic week. So, last week, Bungie dropped their State of the Game article, and after viewing it, I, like so many others in the Destiny community, were, not pleased or excited. More worried for the future, if I'm being honest. But after giving myself some time to digest what I read and letting everything just simmer down a bit, now I feel it's the perfect time to talk about it. So let's talk about it. First, allow me to hit you with some backstory. Now, I've been playing Destiny since Vanilla D1, and from the very start up until now, I've experienced just about everything. I'm talking about all the DLCs, major events, hidden quests, chasing after the latest exotic, playing competitive PvP completely solo with a bunch of randoms, which was a terrible idea, just so I could get my hands on the Luna's Howl and the Not Forgotten. And along the way, I've been able to experience the very best of Bungie. I'm talking about when they're firing on all cylinders, knocking it out the park, as well as the empty head-scratching moments where content was as dry as the Sahara Desert on a Tuesday night. Through all of it, one thing I always loved was how much Bungie valued community feedback and just communication with us, the players in general. It's rare to find companies that will reach out, listen, respond, because no one, including Bungie, is required to do so. But they do, and that is very much appreciated. Even when they didn't hit the mark on some of their objectives or plans that they wanted to implement into the game, I always felt their intentions were good, which I think is still the case now. But I would be lying if I didn't say something has felt kind of off as of late, you know? Even before the launch of Lightfall, that feeling of uncertainty was lingering in the background. And I think it's starting to become more apparent why that may be the case. So basically in the article, they talk about a number of changes coming down the pipeline, which sounds promising and should improve quality of life. So that's great. But once they got to some of the topics that the community has been asking about for the longest time, that's when things kind of took a turn, and it wasn't what we were hoping to hear. Pretty much PvP, Gambit, and several other aspects of the game, like armor sets for the ritual playlist, will be getting little to no attention for now, and I'm guessing possibly the foreseeable future. Now, the reason as to why, at least for PvP and Gambit, is due to lack of resources, and if they were to move said resources over to address those issues, it would ultimately stifle the progress in the more important areas of the game. Now, they did go on to mention that PvP is going to get a few new modes, a new weapon, and one new map. Ooh, Bungie, don't spoil us like that, please! While Gambit gets a new shiny coffin, I guess? Because if there's one thing Bungie made clear in that article is that Gambit is on life support, and it seems like they're ready to pull the plug. Okay, let me just walk that back a little bit. It's going to get a little bit of a something, but nothing that will make it more enjoyable or worth jumping back into, so yeah, it's not looking good for Gambit. Now, I might be wrong, but I feel like all of this is happening because of Marathon. And I know Bungie won't come out and say it directly, but Marathon is top priority right now, and has been from the moment it was greenlit. So I imagine it's been all hands on deck from that very moment, preparing it for its big debut because they want to make a stellar first impression, sell the game like crazy, and bring about a fan base and following similar to Destiny if not bigger, and I think in the process, sacrifices were made and talent shifted direction. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally fine with Bungie putting their all in the Marathon because honestly, they have too much talent to just have one IP out there and nothing else on their plate. But I don't think Destiny or any of its content should have to suffer in the process. Unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening. I mean, there's no reason why PvP shouldn't have a boatload of maps by this point. And look at Gambit. The core idea and concept has always been awesome. And from all the player feedback over the years, you would think it would be in a much better place by now. But sadly, nothing. And it's not just being felt in those areas. Take Season of the Deep, for example. They sold us on this idea of traversing underwater, which was something totally new for us Guardians. And we did, but that's all it was. No combat, no action, just go from point A to point B while sucking on some bubbles. And look, I'm not saying that the season was bad or anything, but there's just been a lot of missed opportunities to expand on these ideas and do something great. And let's talk about seasonal activities for a moment. There's no real creativity or time being put into any of them to make them feel unique or get you excited. And look, I get it, they're only here for a short amount of time, but that does not mean the event has to be a total snooze fest. There's changes that you can make to give these events worth, to give them purpose, and allow for some fun memories to be made in the process. And not feel like we're being given the same thing as the previous year with just a small sprinkle of difference. But can you guess what's been giving us new and exciting stuff on a regular basis? Well, it's the Eververse store, of course, with no shortage of new armor sets, exotic skins, and cool emotes to give your Guardian the most fantastic drip seen this side of the cosmos. Hey, I got a bunch of bright dust on me, and I was wondering what kind of deals you might have today. Give me all your silver! Which totally makes sense, as whatever brings in money is always going to get proper attention over the free-to-play aspects of the game. The same can be said for dungeons. They're well crafted, fun to play, you get some standout armor, cool weapons, but only because it's something you have to pay for. It's behind a paywall. So yeah, after reading over everything, I don't know what to feel right now. It's definitely not excitement. But you know, hey, we still have the showcase happening on the 22nd, and maybe that might restore a bit of hope for the future. Probably not. I have no idea what the world of Destiny is going to look like after the final shape. But what I do know is when Marathon is released and likely becomes a home run success across the board like I'm expecting it to be, well, the content offering in Destiny is going to suffer even more, and you'll likely see a migration of players heading over to that new kid on the block. And I feel that will lead to the official kickoff and end of this franchise. Okay, well, maybe not the end of this franchise, but D2 for sure. As well as the Eververse. I'm kidding, the Eververse is forever. 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 Well, that's all I got for now. But as the legendary Prince once said, life is just a party, and parties weren't meant to last. I really do hope that I'm wrong about everything. But if the end is near, looking back, I can say for the most part, it's been one hell of a party. Also, I would like to say thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more content from us, subscribe to the channel. But until then, I'm Mike, in my Guardian form, while I'm sitting on this throne just oozing drip. I'll see you guys in the next video.